Hey guys, welcome back. We are done with our sound. In the last video we added some reverb, which in my opinion reverb always seems to add some sort of realistic touch to it, just because everybody's ears are used to an acoustic spacing. It looks like we might have had a mistake here. Oh yeah, it looks like I accidentally added a send to this track, to this metal swing track. Yeah, so this one here I accidentally added a send to that, so I'm gonna actually change that and add that to our reverb instead, which is right here. Perfect. So now we have that set to our reverb. There's actually a lot more we can do with reverb, if I'm being honest. We can actually specifically change the parameters, as you guys know, on our send, so we can change the specific volumes. So if we hear too much reverb on that sound, for example, we can actually go to our router here. Whoops, not there. On this one, we can change the volume of our send. Now we don't hear any reverb. Now we hear a little bit. We can add too much even. But I think all of it sounds pretty good with just a general reverb on it. Very cool. So anyways, in this video I wanted to add a limiter to our master track because it is too loud. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my master and go to our master limiter, and let's just listen to it with the presets. One thing that I don't like about how it sounds with these defaults on is you'll notice that this has the master limiter on it, and this spinning attack sound is much louder than the actual final sound itself. So I don't like that. So I'm going to start off by turning down the volume of the wind here. That's a little bit better. I'm going to try turning it down a little bit more. So before we add this limiter, I'm going to try and mute it if I can. Bypass the chain real quick. It was more balanced, and this was at 0 decibels, and you can hear the story of the sound. You can hear it starts loud, gets a little bit quieter, then it builds up louder and louder, and then it has its final impact of that sound. But now once we add the limiter, because it has to keep it, the limiter will help keep it under 0 decibels, we actually lose this quality, unfortunately, because it will crunch our sound effect. And it makes it seem like the wind gets too loud before the final impact. So that's why we turn down this wind sound here. So that sounds much better now. Let's try to see what I can do on the limiter here to make it a little bit better. Let's try lowering the threshold just a little bit here. Or, sorry, raising the threshold, that's what I wanted. So that's a little bit, that kind of reduction is pretty good. Do I want any hold on it? No, I don't think I want any hold. Do I want an attack? No, it actually sounds pretty good. So let's go ahead and try bypassing it and then listening it without the bypass. And let's unbypass it. It's really hard to tell a difference, actually. Overall, the sound does sound a little bit louder with the limiter, or with a limiter with it off, but I'm not really too concerned about how loud it sounds overall. I'm more concerned about the dynamics within the sound. Because like I changed before with the wind sound here, where I changed the volume of the wind sound, I wanted to make sure that the sound altogether told a story in itself. And because the wind sound was louder than the final sound, it kind of lost some of its oomph. It doesn't sound as satisfying as it could have. It doesn't tell the right story. And that's why I turned down the volume a little bit there. And the master limiter is the thing that caused that, because we need to make sure that we're not clipping on our track. So let's go ahead and listen one more time. Cool. Looks like we're not clipping on any tracks, and it looks like we are all good, you guys. Awesome. This sound turned out really well. So let's go ahead and export. File, render. You guys know how to put this on SoundCloud by now, and you guys can go ahead and upload that, share that with your friends, put that up as a demo. Share it with us in the Discord channel, please. We're going to call this, we're going to leave the name as is. We're going to export as a stereo file because we have reverb. Even though all of these sounds are technically mono files, we want it to be a stereo experience because we have stereo reverb on the tracks. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and render. Oh, one more thing. We don't want to do the entire project because otherwise, remember, the bounds of our entire project is determined by where the last audio file is, which is right here. So I do not want to do that. I actually want to just simply go to time selection, and that is this range here. So I'm going to click and drag and hit render. Let's go ahead and show that in the Explorer. Let's listen. Awesome. Sounds really, really great. You guys should be very proud of yourselves. This sound is, honestly, I think it's better than the original spin attack that I created for this, and I'll be honest, I might be a little bit better than the Super Smash Bros. Spin attack, so you guys should be proud of yourself for making this. But anyways, that's all for this section of the course. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in another section.